Hi, everyone. Welcome to tonight's class. Thank you for joining. Uh, some students reached out to me asking to do a class today, so I thought it was actually yesterday, and thought it's really nice to do a class in this week, not to skip it. So very happy that you're here. Whoever is watching and recording, also hello. So we are in the week. We are in the marathon of 22 days. We're still in the process of creating our consciousness for the upcoming year, our vessel, our mindset, how we're going to look, our full beliefs that we're going to have for the year, the fundamental ones, the ones that are most important to change and most important to have and to receive. And we are right now in a time of the most easily accessible change that you can do the whole year. So it's a very special time. It's also, today's very special. Today is the day of elevation of our teacher, the Rav Berg, probably one of the most important days of a year for us in the center, because it's the day when we can connect to all the light that the Rav revealed in this world, which is pretty amazing. And everything that we have in the center is because of two very special people, Rav and Karen, obviously. So we definitely want to connect to the Rav today. It's in the process of 22 days. We're going to talk about that, the days between Yom Kippur and Sukkot, and also the holiday of Sukkot that's coming up this Friday night and Saturday. It's the holiday or the time zone called Sukkot, when a specific energy will be broadcasted in the universe that gives us an extra ability to receive a certain kind of energy for the whole year to come. So we want to know what's available, because as the Rav says, this is one of Rav's favorite quotes, knowledge is the connection. So the more we know, the easier it is for us to connect. So we want to know in order to understand. That's what's available. That's what I am able to receive and download. So that's what I'm able to have. And that's what we want to connect to. So we are, I hope everyone watched yesterday's stream with Michael, Monica, and a few other teachers. It was very special. And what I really liked what Michael Berg shared, that it's not as much as you can talk about the Rav, as much as you can mention, as much as you can, describe. It's really just a small fragment of what was really there. And it's, you really cannot. Not that I know. I realize that I'm telling other people, but I'm realizing also that I don't even know the Rav all the way and as much as, or who the Rav really was. So that's also interesting, right? To know that I don't really know the Rav. Anyone who met the Rav, we don't necessarily know the magnitude of the Rav, but just in short, not in short, but just to mention about who this person, Rav Berg, Rav Shraga Feibo ben Michael, that's his full name. He, to quote his son Yuda Berg, is to say that like a soul like him of his caliber comes down to this world probably only every 500 years, maybe even less. And he completely revolutionized this world. He completely changed the face of this planet. And he changed everything more than anyone could possibly imagine. And even though he's not as known as much as someone like Einstein or Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or someone like that, his influence is much more powerful, deeper, and stronger and more positive than anyone we know. And him and his wife, as you know, Karen Berg, have really changed the face of this planet and the direction that this world is going to. So very special human being. He is a miracle maker. He created countless miracles for people, literally countless. You cannot, there's no way to really know all the miracles that there are did. Really countless. He was extremely connected to the light as no one that I know, channeling the light all the time and only the light, connecting to the light all the time, and just an incredible, really like an entity, really not just like a human being, but really an extremely caring, loving, extremely wise human being, or something out of this world. And really, to what we can ask, there's literally probably few minutes left right now. It's Wednesday night, when his light is really shining very bright. Obviously, any of the students of the center are connected to the Rav. Ultimately, he is the teacher of every single student in the center. Actually, him and Karen are really the teachers. So as much as, you know, there's intermediary teachers like me or other teachers in the center, really the ultimate teachers are Rav and Karen. Our kind of, the goal is to bring their message. And also in spiritual worlds, there's a family, right? There's spiritual families upstairs in the upper worlds. And the head of our spiritual family are Rav and Karen. They are the heads of our home, the heads of our house. And that's why whenever people come to the center, they feel at home. That means they found their place, their spiritual home. And whenever they, you know, if you don't come to the center, then you come and then you feel like, wow, this has been so long. That also means that this is your spiritual home. So basically, we're connecting to our spiritual father. That's really how to put it. And highly recommend to watch the yesterday's stream. It's still available, I'm pretty sure. It was really beautiful. So many amazing stories from teachers, from Michael, Monica, really special. And I'll share a very quick story. For some reason, it came to me. So I guess it came to me in the morning. Today, we were also sharing stories with some students and teachers in the after morning connections. And I remember being in LA, and one of the teachers that actually isn't in the center right now, and he was very much connected. And you know, I respect him, as he was my teacher at one point, and very special human being. And he comes to the Rav's house, and I greeted him, and I went to tell the Rav that this person is here. And the Rav had this reaction like, oh, really? Like totally shocked. Really? Oh, he's still with us? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, of course he's still with us. He's one of the leading teachers in the center. Of course he's still with us. And the Rav was like, oh, okay, let him in. And, you know, to me it was shocking, but after, I think maybe 3 or 4 years after, more, maybe 4 or 5 or 6 years, 6 or 7 years after that, the teacher actually decided not to be part of the center anymore. So it was so shocking, you know, that the Rav had such prophecy, really the level of prophetic vision of prophets beyond time and space. A really incredible human being, really incredible ability to read thoughts, to again create miracles for people. You know, there's people who said that they saw the Rav controlling physical matter, controlling tables and moving objects, etc. Like literally no problem at all. So it's something very special. The Rav was at a very special level, very high spiritual level, very biblical grade. I would put it like that. At least the highest of biblical grades. That's the level of the Rav and Karen both. But especially the Rav for some reason had even like the magnitude, and how Karen once described Leo as the magnanimous energy that Leo and the Rav had are just incredible. And it's our duty to read the Rav's books, connect to the Rav, connect to his energy, asking for assistance, asking for guidance, asking for help. It's literally our duty. A day shouldn't go by when we don't ask the Rav to come and help us in this day. So, that's connecting to the Rav, really asking the Rav for more guidance, more assistance, more, you can say even Ibur. Ibur is, in the study of reincarnation, there is a concept called Ibur. And this is when a soul of a righteous person joins your soul in order to assist you in your elevation, in the elevation of your soul. So this is called the Nibur. And there's different ways of obtaining them. One way is, for example, visiting the sites where the righteous is buried. Another, a very simple way, is actually just reading his books, reading the books of that righteous soul, that righteous man, creates an Ibur between you and that soul and gives them an ability to assist you. So it's, a very powerful tool that we can use. An incredible book. Rav has so many amazing books to read and so many amazing books, but one of the best ones probably is Kabbalah for the Layman. It's an incredible book. Another top one is Wheels of the Soul. I remember there was this story of another Kabbalist that lived like 30 or 40 years ago, and he read the book Wheels of the Soul, and he told the Rav, this is one of the most special books there is. And it was so touching to the Rav that the Rav teared, I think. The Rav teared because he actually understood what was behind the word. If you can just read the words and maybe not connect to real energy in the book, but to actually really read it and to connect to the real energy, that's not something that's easy. And we are really blessed to have this ability to connect to the Rav, and he's our guarantor and kind of guardian in the upper worlds, which is also very special and exciting. So that's the energy of the Rav. Right now we're in a very special time period. We are in the days of between Yom Kippur and Sukkot. And there's nothing special that you need to do. The only action that you could do is actually the action of doing donations. This is the only way that you can connect to a special light that's available now. Doing charity and charity work. And right now, we are, the whole month, the whole 22 days is the building of the vessel, of our consciousness, creating the ultimate foundation of the consciousness for the entire year to come. And right now it's the easiest time to change it and to alter it. It's 22 days, 22 connects us to order, 22 is the number of letters in the Hebrew alphabet, which creates order in our life. So we're creating also order in our life, that there's no chaos, that there's no disorder in the whole upcoming year, that there's perfect order in the entire month, in the entire year to come. And what we're really doing is we're constantly connecting to energy of Binah, different aspects of Binah. For the first 10 days, we were cleansing our consciousness. So we were getting rid of things that don't serve us, letting go of things that don't serve us, releasing people that, that don't serve us. Not serve us directly, but in service meaning that don't bring us any good. Beliefs that don't serve us, emotions that don't serve us, activity that doesn't serve us. The whole month you can still do that. The whole 22 days, there's still time to change. But right now the energy switches from the time of judgment, which is the first 10 days. So you switch from the time of judgment and you move into the energy of mercy. Right now we're more in a merciful aspect. The whole month is left column, just in general. The whole month of Tishrei, the whole month of Libra is left column, meaning energy of receiving, energy of receiving energy, our ability to receive energy, our worthiness, our deservingness. How much do we feel that we deserve everything in the world? How much do we feel that we deserve creators' love, creators' affection, creators' care, creators' protection, creators' guidance? everything from a creator. How much do you feel that you're worthy of it? So removing all the unworthiness. And right now is the time when we're switching to the mode of receiving the worthiness and receiving almost literally limitless blessings for the year to come. So we're in a mode of receiving all these blessings. And there's these 4 very special days between Yom Kippur until Sukkot. And they are, again, there's no action that you need to do. So there's no tshuva you need to do. There's no, you could do obviously, but it's not a mandatory thing. In the first 10 days, it's actually mandatory to do change and transformation. Right now, this is just a kind of a blissful time. Like today's weather in New York, it was so blissful, so beautiful, so enjoyable. That's the kind of energy, actually. That's the energy that's radiating in the upper worlds. And in the first 10 days, we cleanse the vessel from Keter to Malchut. Rosh Hashanah, first day was Keter, the second day was Chokhmah. Then we had the 8 days of change. We had the 8 days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. So we had those 8 days. And then we had Yom Kippur, which was the final day, which is Malchut, which is fully cleansing the vessel. So left column, fully cleansing the vessel. And then we entered into the other time period, which is right now, when we're actually going up. So we went from Keter to Malchut, we cleansed it, and now we're actually downloading an inner light. It's called the inner light of Binah in different aspects. So the day of Yom Kippur, we received the inner light of Binah of Malchut and Yisod. Yesterday was Chod, and today is Netzach. And right now we're actually entering already Tiferet. So we're in the energy of Tiferet today. There's no action that you particularly need to do. The biggest action is the building of the structure of Sukkah, the building of our, the special space that we're going to be talking about, and the action of tzedakah, the action of donations. Those are the only actions that specifically give you the light of the time period that we're in. So we closed the cleansing part of the year, of the whole month. We can still do it. The whole 22 days is a time of change and transformation, and we're entering in a more positive side, in the more receiving the mercies. So we're entering the holiday of Sukkot. It's starting this Friday night, and it's going to last for 7 days. It's a 7-day holiday. The end of the process is called Simchat Torah. It's everything will be streamed. Obviously, you can watch everything, connect to it. During Sukkot, it's a very special holiday because we're actually asked to leave our houses, leave our comfort zone, leave the space that we're in, leave what we're used to, leave where we're comfortable, where we feel safe, and go outside and live in a quote-unquote shack, in something that does not have a stable. The ultimate criterion is to have an unstable roof, a roof that doesn't, that is not attached, that you can see the stars at night through this roof, and also it will give you shadow in the sun. So those are the 2 criteria that you need for the sukkah. And very interesting, right? I mean, it's very interesting that that the Creator is asking us to go outside of our house, to go outside of your home, go outside of your comforts, go outside of your usual self, of what you're used to. Completely revolutionize yourself. The Creator is telling you to be outside of your comfort zone. Right, so it's a very interesting structure. There's many different rules of how to build it, etc. Again, the ultimate criteria is that you need to have a roof that you can see the stars through, and you're also going to have a shade in the sun. That's it. Now, thank God to Kabbalah, that it explains to us what this actually is, what this structure is, what this time zone is, why are we connecting to it. So we cleanse out the vessel. Now we want to load the vessel up with positivity, because as we know, like attracts like, So if you want to receive blessings, if you want blessings literally to gravitate towards you the whole year long, you need to have blessings inside of you. You need to feel that there is blessing inside you. You need to feel that you are a blessing to the world. And you do that by being in this structure. By being in the structure, by being in the structure of Sukkah, you're downloading the energy of Binah, the internal and the external light of Binah, the surrounding, the inner light, the surrounding light of Zeir Anpin, the inner light of Zeir Anpin. There's a lot of light that we're receiving during this time period. It's a 7-day holiday, basically. It's a 7-day complete connection to the light. Like the light is going to be shining so bright on us that we kind of need this protection. We need protection of the Sukkah to protect us against such strong light. So there's many secrets about the Sukkah, about what's the point of the Sukkah, why we're there, etc. One of the main secrets behind the Sukkah is we're receiving what's called the light of Chasadim. Light of Chasadim. So there's different kinds of light in this world. There is the light of Chokhmah, which is the ultimate light that you and I want. That's basically everything. That's all the answers in your life, everything that you need. This is the light of Chokhmah. Now, what's interesting is that the vessel for the light of Chokhmah is not a vessel, but it's actually a different kind of light. So I hope you're following that. Usually we think that the vessel is something of a receiver for the light. But actually, the vessel for the light of Chokhmah, which is light of wisdom, which is light of answers, which is light of enlightenment, which is light of transformation, is actually a different kind of light also. And this light is called light of Chasadim. Now, this light is not so easy to obtain. It doesn't just it's not just free, available somewhere and you can just go get it. You have to do action in order to receive this light. The light of Chasadim is an action-based light. And the way you receive light of Chasadim is through going outside of your comfort zone. That's the ultimate way. You have to be growing outside of your comfort, going outside of your comfort zone to be receiving the light of Chokhmah. Now, light of going outside of your comfort zone, what does that mean? Going outside of your comfort zone. One direct, very simple way is actually to go and be in the Sukkah. And that's actually how you do it. And this is what's actually special about the Sukkah, is actually in the Sukkah, during Sukkot, is the only time you can receive the light of Chasadim for free. You actually don't need to do anything in order to receive that light. So you're completely kind of on you can say, we Kabbalists use a lot of ways of how you can obtain light in a way that's available, right? So we tried every single tool that you should use to get light. Zohar, it gives you free light. You should use it as much as you can. Sukkot and the Sukkah and the Sukkot is giving you free light. Free light that's very hard to obtain. The other ways to obtain it, of obtaining light of Chasadim, is, for example, volunteering, being of service. When you volunteer, you are extending yourself. You are not serving your own self, you're serving something outside of you. And at that moment, you're receiving the light of Chasadim. That's why people that volunteer, they understand classes and wisdom on a much deeper level. It's a very different thing between just studying and being somebody who volunteers and then studies. So that's why we obviously study a lot in the Sukkah, right? Because when you study there, it's like a double. You're receiving the light of Chasadim and you're actually getting the light of wisdom at the same time. So one way of getting the light of Chasadim is volunteering, is service, is being of service. Again, that's why people that volunteering is something very specific. You cannot be getting paid for it. It's not something that the more recognition you get for it, it's not so good. You should be doing it understanding that actually I'm receiving. You should be thanking the place that you volunteered. And that moment, you're getting the light of Chasadim. Okay, at that moment, you're downloading the light of Chasadim that will give you the ability to have a light of Chokhmah. Now, another way of getting light of Chasadim is actually also obviously, first of all, to actually fasting also does that. Another way of getting it, but you should not be fasting during Sukkot. Another way of getting the light of Chasadim is when you contribute financially. That's another going out of your comfort zone, because it's a completely unnatural activity for a human being to do an act of sharing or charity. So it's all about going outside of your comfort zone. Okay, it's all about going outside of your comfort zone. Now, another thing that you're getting, there's many secrets. Literally, there's so many secrets about Sukkot. The numerical value of the word of Sukkah is 91, and that's a very special number Kabbalistically. It's the number of Yud Kei Vav Kei. As you know, that's one of the highest names of the Creator, which is 26, and Aleph Dalet Nun Yud, which is number 65, which is the representation of physical reality. When you add those two together, you get 91. Also, the numerical value for the word Amen is also 91. So it's the space in the Sukkah, it's the space when you are joining the upper and the lower world together. It's almost like a portal that you're going to be connecting to the upper world. And if you have the opportunity to go into a Sukkah, I highly recommend you to do it. There's shifts that you can do it on 48th Street. We have one in Queens, in the Rav's house in the back. Also, it can be like schedule arranged, and you can go visit. You're going to feel the energy. The energy is very strong in the Sukkah. It's a very strong, positive, very positive energy. For us, the teachers, we try to, the Rav would not leave the Sukkah, I think, except for the bathroom. That's the only time the Rav would leave the Sukkah. The Rav would work there, the Rav would study there, we pray, sleep, everything. We literally do everything in the Sukkah. The Sukkah offers something else. It also offers us the surrounding light. Now, surrounding light is your potential. Is your potential, how much of it is activated, and also your surrounding light is pushing you to change, pushing you to transform. Some people look at the problems in life as problems, right? And you see, oh, that's a problem. Oh, I have so many issues in my life. I have so many difficulties, etc. Actually, it's a sign from the Creator that He wants you to change. He wants you to push you. People that don't have any problems in their life, that have a flat line, it's actually a sign that, you know, it's like, it's okay, just stay the way you are. Nobody's really interested in the change for you. So when things are not happening the way we want them to, it's actually a sign from the universe that the universe loves you and the universe wants you to change. Now, surrounding light is your potential, right? So this is very important. Your potential is actually can be expanded, which is a beautiful understanding. So it's not like you were born with a set potential. You can actually, during these 7 days that are ahead of us, you can actually receive more potential, more things that you can do and accomplish, more things that you can conquer within yourself, outside, etc. More things that you can just do in life. And when you're in the Sukkah, you're receiving that surrounding light. You're receiving that more and more of that potential, more of that drive. It's kind of like it's the awakening of hunger, of spiritual hunger, that you're never going to be really satisfied. Not in a bad way. You want to be satiated, but never satisfied. You want to be content, but not satisfied. You always want more. It's never, the Kabbalist's way of life is you never settle and cross your arms and legs and say, I did enough. No, that's good. No, that's not how Kabbalists exist. That's not how anyone should really live. You should constantly crave for more. More light, more wisdom, more excitement, more love, more connection, more relationships, more travel, more understanding, more enlightenment, more inspiration, more friends, more of everything. That's the ultimate mindset of a Kabbalist and a really a truly connected human being. That's how a truly connected human being wants to be, that I'm constantly going after more. I'm never settling for less. Never settling for less. I want a stronger and stronger connection to the light. All my relationships, they only serve me to help me have a stronger relationship with the Creator, with the light. That's it. There's very few other relationships that are like core relationships. Most of our relationships, if you're paying too much attention to them, you're wasting your time. The real relationship, it should be between you and the Creator. That's the ultimate. And like we said before, that this time is also becoming best friends with the Creator, right? So right now, when you go into the Sukkah, it's like you're going into the house of the Creator. It's like the Creator is like, please come, welcome. Welcome to my house, you're my guest. It says that people that sit under a sukkah are considered almost like princes of the king, that they are the most blessed of the people. So connecting to your surrounding light, it's going to give you that drive, that motivation that will push you to your best self. In a relationship, actually, both of the partners are representing surrounding light for each other, which is very interesting. In a relationship, both of the partners are surrounding lights for each other, because they're, first of all, they're supporters of each other, right? They want to support, contribute, acknowledge, give love, but also to push them, the other partner, never to be in a stationary mode when it's just like, oh, it's okay, it's fine, it's, it's like, we're good. No, you always want to have both. So that's a secret of relationship. When we are, the way surrounding light is activated, obviously it's around you. It's the aura. Some people say it's around you. It's around the surrounding light. In the sukkah, you're surrounded by the sukkah. So the surrounded light is going to be stronger, pure, bigger, more activated in the sukkah. So you're activating your whole potential. And you're actually meditating that you want to activate your potential for the whole year to come. You want your surrounding light to be motivating you, to be pushing you, to be, to have a good, healthy drive the whole year long. You did a great accomplishment. You feel good about it. What's next? That's the ultimate quote of Karen Berg, by the way. Next. Okay, what's next? What are we doing next? Never being satiated and kind of like, oh, that's great. Like, that's, that's amazing. Let's just sit back and enjoy. No, constantly moving forward. Another incredible thing of the Sukkah is it connects us to all the letters that created the planets in the solar system. So when you're in the Sukkah, you're actually going above the influence of the constellations. So all the limits that you say, oh, I'm Libra, oh, I'm Pisces, oh, I'm Leo, oh, I'm Scorpio, oh, I'm this and that, so forget about it. In your ultimate potential, you're not governed by that. So during the Sukkah, in the Sukkot, you're going above the influences of your zodiac sign and your constellations and your whole natal chart. Another incredible thing that you're getting in Sukkot is the attribute of courage, is to be courageous. Because when you're sitting outside, it's a little bit crazy, right? It's a little bit crazy to do, like really without the understanding that we have to do what we do, to sit outside, to sleep outside, to pray, to eat outside in a sukkah, in like a shack. It's a little bit crazy. But in order for you to grow, you always have to do things that you're afraid to do. So if you're afraid to do something, that means this is your next level. This is what's going to connect you and the Creator much more. Now, we can say it, that's easy, but in order to do it, you need to feel it. One of the main things that you're receiving in the holiday of Sukkot and in being in the Sukkah is having courageousness, oz in Hebrew, or strength, or courageousness, bravery. Something that will not give you second thoughts when you know that you need to do something. When you know that you need to do something, you feel like you need to say something, you need to do something, you feel it, and you are like, oh my God, what are people going to think about me? Oh my God, what's going to happen? I'm afraid. So that mindset is a hugely dangerous and poisonous thought process. It prevents you from going to your next level in spirituality and connecting to the light 100 times more. So when you're in the Sukkah and in this whole 7 days, I want to awaken my ability of courageousness more than ever before. But really, all the fundamental attributes of human beings, wisdom, compassion, courage, and kindness, are all activated in the Sukkah. You can all increase them in the Sukkah, but especially I think it's very important to meditate on courage, because a lot of us feel that, we don't stress courage enough, and you need to be courageous. You need to be courageous and do things that you might be a little bit afraid to do, because again, fear is only disconnecting you from the Creator. So that's another connection. Surrounding light of Binah, we're connecting. It's very positive to eat in the Sukkah. That's how you make the energy of the surrounding light internal. I learned a beautiful secret that I wanted to share with you. I was studying late at night yesterday some of the videos of Rav Berg, 10 Luminous Emanations, and the Rav is just literally like broadcasting secrets and wisdom and just incredible things. And he said something very interesting. So there is internal light that we have, and external, surrounding light, not external, surrounding light and internal light. And it's a very interesting idea. It's not, I can't say that I fully have a grasp on it, of what it exactly means. It's very interesting that it says that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the author of the Zohar, he was born with his surrounding light already in him. Meaning he was already born with all his potential available, accessible to him already. Again, in a relationship, people outside of us are representative of our surrounding light. That's why it's good to be around people. That's why it's important in a healthy way to be around people. But also, it's very interesting. The Rav said that the place where inner light is something that you achieved already. Just to give you a background story. So there's inner light. This is already what you achieved. So for example, if you achieved things in your past life, they're going to come back to you in this life. And this is your internal light. This is your inner light that's already accessible. And your surrounding light is the potential, is the light you're meant to reveal in this world. The people that you're meant to share with, the connection you're meant to have with, children, for example, houses that you're meant to build, etc. Everything that you're meant to manifest is your surrounding light. So it's things that you're meant to manifest in this reality. Okay. Now, what's very interesting is the place. This is a new secret that I learned that I never heard before. The place where your inner light and surrounding light meet. That's such an interesting idea. I never even thought about it. And but it's actually in our mouth. Our mouth is the place where the inner light and the surrounding light meet. Do I fully understand it yet? No, but I wanted to share it with you too, so it gets out there more and more, so it's revealed more and more to us, right? Because once you heard it, that means 100,000 more people heard it right now, also in the world, felt it and connected to it, and we want that energy to be broadcasted. But it does make sense because it's the only opening, right? It's one of the only openings to our body, right? So it's the connection to the internal and the external. Now, also very interesting, I wanted to share with you the secret that what is the vessel of Binah? How do you connect to Binah? And what we did in Yom Kippur is we were connecting to Binah. Whoever was with us or watched with us, there's people that streamed and gave me such amazing feedback. The holiday more than ever before. On Yom Kippur, you're completely connecting to Binah, like full-on connection to the Binah. And the Rav says that the ultimate vessel of Binah is actually breath, because it's something that's there and not there. It kind of appears and disappears. So when you're using your mouth to do good, to say good, to share spirituality, this is one of the ways when you are awakening and internalizing your surrounding light. Okay, so it's very interesting that by saying the right words, by saying prayers, by saying meditations, by saying good things, by saying positive words, I'm also connecting to my surrounding light. So it's another beautiful lesson. Okay, thank you for joining. Let's do a quick meditation to bring all this energy to us, to connect to this amazing energy that we're in right now, to connect to the Rav and to asking for guidance and assistance. So, very simple meditation. If you want, you can just listen. If you can follow along, and whatever is easier for you is fine. But we'll start the meditation. We want to be in our heart. We want to land and be in our heart. We want to send our heart to the center of the earth and pull fresh new energy from the middle of the earth, creator's energy, and feel it go through our entire body and tap on top of our head, peak on top of our head, and form a beautiful ball of light above our head. You want to try to notice what color of light is your ball of light. And you want to imagine and pretend that you're in this ball of light. And after that, you want to send this ball of light above your body, above the building you're in, above wherever you are, above the city you're in. Let it go above the whole planet. And then travel through the entire universe and all the constellations and all the galaxies to the edge of the universe. And go through the edge of the universe and go through layers of lights. Go through layers of lights and eventually end at a beautiful, bright, bright, bright light. And then we want to go to a golden, soothing, relaxing light. This is where our soul family is. This is where our true teachers, Rabbi and Karen, are. We want to go higher. We want to go to the next plane. It feels like liquid or jello or thick water. And we want to keep ascending higher. See an opening in the distance. Beautiful, shining, iridescent light. Go through this opening and feel a tingling sensation through your entire body. And enter the plane of the Creator. The beautiful pearl-like light, very simple, very soft, very gentle, very supportive, uplifting. And you want to see how your ball of light melts and becomes one with this energy. And here we want to connect to energy, receive downloads, receive guidance directly from the Creator. So first of all, we want to connect to Creator's ultimate essence, which is the unconditional love of the Creator. Like the Rav shared always, that love is the true purpose, true goal of the study of Kabbalah, the wisdom of Kabbalah. So if you want to receive Creator's unconditional love, say yes. And we also want to ask the Creator to give us wisdom, to give us true wisdom from the Creator, how to decipher what step to take, what's really best for us, what's best to advise to other people, what's best to recommend to other people, to see the truth, to activate our prophetic ability to see the future, to really connect to the wisdom of the Creator, and to receive the wisdom of the Creator to our body and soul. If you want that, say yes. and want to connect so to our surrounding light, to our potential. I want to ask the Creator to help us understand our potential, our purpose, our growth for the upcoming year, what we're meant to achieve, what we're meant to receive, what we're meant to do. What's something that we haven't fully prepared for in the upcoming year? Right now is a time of mercy. The universe is in mercy. The world is in mercy. The Creator is on the throne of mercy now. So we want to ask the Creator to give us better understanding of what else should we focus on for the next 8 days in this time period. So if you want that clarity, that guidance from the Creator, from your soul, from your potential, say yes. And also download this ability. The Libras have an amazing ability to be not necessarily attached, but a little bit more detached from processes. So we want that. We want to have this ability to be in the mode of restriction and mode of pause, in especially moments when we get heated. So in order to do that, we want to activate our ability to be in detachment, in healthy detachment when it's needed. So if you want to know what it means and what it feels like, and how to be detached from drama in our life, from dramatization, from dramatic people, say yes. And we want to activate the time of blessings. As we know, the two letters of the month is Pei and Lamed. And Pei is a very special letter. It's okay if you don't know how to visualize it, but it looks like something that crawled around another letter, a letter Bet, which stands for bracha, or blessings. So we want to connect and activate and understand that we are a blessing, that we bring blessings to activate our magnet to bring more blessings into our life. So if you want that, also say yes. And you want to see this letter Bet, if you can visualize it. Letter Bet, to activate the blessings in our life. Prosperity, abundance, luck, guidance, protection, healing, wisdom, directly from the Creator. I want to send this energy to the entire world, to anyone you think that really needs it. If you want to meditate and send more of this unconditional love to people in your life, we can now meditate to send this light to them.
Which one?
And in order to come back, you just want to rinse yourself in this energy, in this light, fill yourself up with it again, and you can open your eyes. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. The recording is available if you want to watch a class afterwards. You can watch it after. It's available on the MediaFire folder. Have a great holiday, Shana Tova, Gmar Tima Tova, and I'll see you next week. Next week, same time on Monday. All the best.